Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're here, please go ahead and subscribe. That helps the channel tremendously. This video is about the Lev60 battery that I have. I have several videos on this already. Okay, this is how it looks like, guys. Okay. Now I set this thing inside the house in my living room because I wanted to see how this thing works. That's why I had this thing on top of it to cover it. Okay. I was supposed to drill some holes in here. I'm gonna have it like that. I'm gonna tie it up with some tape and to keep it safe. So where I'm gonna put this battery, nobody's gonna go there. So it's gonna be secured. I don't have to drill holes and type this thing on top of it. I don't have to do none of those. Just need to cover the battery for safety. See, right now, I can drop anything in here, nothing gonna disturb it. So that's what we have here, guys. So now I'm gonna disassemble this and go put it into service in my garage. Okay, guys. Now let me remove this thing. I'm gonna unscrew all those things, guys. Guys, the battery is already set. This is set. To unscrew this is about 16S battery, 48V battery. You got to be careful. You can't drop things all over the place. So what I prefer to do, turn this thing into 24V. I remove this guy first, and then you're gonna remove this guy. Once you get 24V, you remove this guy. You remove this guy also, and you remove this thing over there. Now you will have 12V batteries on each section. By doing that, it makes it a lot safe. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna start in here, remove this, and remove the other plates. Okay, that's removed. We no longer get 48V. Okay, guys. Now I'm gonna go and remove the other ones. It's the safety zone, the safety way to do that. Because the battery is fully operational. Right now we don't have 48V, we have 24V. This maybe I should, you guys should know this thing. If this is the first time you're watching this channel, I have a lot of videos to show you those things, guys. Right now this thing is at 24V. Now you got less voltage to deal with. Let me do a test for you guys. Okay, guys, this is plastic. There's nothing here. You can dump it anywhere in here. Now this is those two things. What you got happening there is, oh, sorry guys. Bring this thing closer. This is the 24V. 24V. You got the same thing on the other side. The battery is not fully charged, so that's why. Let me go and screw everything. I'm gonna screw those, and I start doing the middles. I'm gonna unscrew this thing, and screw that one, and I start doing the middles. Then we should be fine. Okay, guys, I'm done. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm done. I'm gonna stop moving the batteries. So the format is, this is the format, guys. Those are in parallel. You got plus. You could just go all the way down this way, turn this way, turn that way, turn that way. It's very simple. The way you set it up, the way you finish. You start the positive here, negative there. You go to 10, positive, negative, positive, negative. Another way, you just add it up together. When you come here, you turn it positive again, come up, down this way. Do the same, keep going up forth. You should be done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 6 of them. I can carry 6. I can only carry 6 to the garage. I'm gonna take 6. I'm gonna show you guys where I'm gonna put it, and leave the camera over there, and I keep coming every time I bring 6. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, folks, this is where I'm gonna put the battery. Okay, the battery gonna line up here. I'm gonna start with 8 of them. Then I'm gonna put the rest of them. Now I gotta pause the camera to show you what I'm gonna do. This is my garage. This is my system. I got my solar here, my inverter there. I have another inverter on the bottom, right there. So this is the building process. I'm changing the battery and see how it works. If they're good, I'll keep it. So this is a temporary place for the time being for the battery. Okay, guys, so I'm going to start loading up the battery here. Let's see what happens. Let me pause this video for 2 seconds. Okay, guys, You see that piece of wood I just tried there? I'm gonna have leaving space between this, the last battery, to the wall. The reason I'm doing this because I'm gonna have to compress the battery just in case I have to. Right now I'm not doing it for the time being. I want to do a test on it first before I do the compression. I'm gonna make sure that I have enough size, enough space. I think I should be enough. Okay. I haven't placed the battery yet. I'm just see the size with how to put this thing. Once I do it, I'm good. So I don't have to worry about creating space on the side. Okay, I think this should be fine. In the meantime, let me remove this piece of wood. I don't need it in there. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, this is the way the first battery gonna be. You see how it is? The positive gonna be against the wall. This is gonna be the positive, and then we're gonna bring it down here. You see? You see how I'm doing it, guys? The same way. Now we have 2P, 4S. We need to repeat this over and over again, guys. This is how it looks like. Notice this is the size, this is where it's gonna be. So I'm gonna get the other batteries. Before I do that, I have this thing here, guys. Because once I plug this battery, I'll have a problem to get there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna plug this thing over there in here. I'm gonna place it in there and tighten it up, and then put some tape on this thing so therefore it doesn't touch anything. So when I'm ready to plug it in, I plug it in. For the time being, I'm gonna need this wire. This is my positive wire. Okay, I don't have to plug it in right away, but I can do it later. And in the meantime, I'm gonna do this because I need room. Okay, next time I see another set of battery, you will see this thing's already done. This thing's already done. The reason I'm doing this, the battery's gonna be here. It's gonna be right there, guys. And this is going to be on the top of the battery. So that's why I'm going to try to put it together before, because I need room there. Okay, folks, this is what I did. I set this wire right here. This is going to be my positive. The reason I set it like that, because I have no other choice. It's a little bit loose. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit more. Okay, this is a temporary. This is a test. You see that bus bar? This can produce 200 amp. This bus bar is two of those. It's come from the other battery. I have explained that before, but I'm going to change it to this. I'm going to change it to this type of bus bar, okay, which is a tubing, a copper that I have. I flattened it. Let me show you guys this. Okay, guys, this is the tubing copper that I have. I flattened this thing. It becomes like this. So I'm going to have this thing running all under holes all the way down to the center. I'm going to have it to the center here. That's where all the power going to come out. Okay, that's where all the power in the center. Because all this thing gonna have full of batteries. Okay, all this we're gonna have battery here, battery there, here and there, and I want on the bottom. I want all the battery to be connected at the center point. Even those guys gonna come all the way down there. I'm gonna have wires. In the time being, guys, let me complete this test. I'm show you how this thing set up. Now I have this wire set up. I'm going to tighten up the thing on the back there, and I'm going to put those the first row. Okay, guys, I have the battery set, so I'm going to start putting the stuff on top of them, which is the bus bar. Okay, this is a bus bar. Okay, I'm going to start putting this thing on top of it. This is becoming a problem. Let me try to fix that. I'm going to put the bus bar in here, which is this guy. Okay, put them in here. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the next one. Now watch what I do. The positive always in here. The positive always begin here. The positive always there, the positive always there. When you go flip around, it goes around like this. You start the same way, go all the way down, all the way up. You're going to do the same way down there. Okay? Each step I'll show you guys. Now, I'm going to put the positive like this. This is going to be a 12 volt. If you check it, will be a 12 volt. I'm going to put it in the 12 there. And I'm going to do another 12 there, and then I glue them together. Next thing you know is 48 volt. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me finish the first row, guys. Okay, folks, I tied up the whole thing. Remember, this bus bar gonna be removed. Okay, I'm gonna be using this bus bar. And I'll show you the tubing, the copper tubing. Okay, so if I check this thing to this thing, it'll give me 12 volt. I'm gonna add another 12 volt here. Okay, see how I turn this? This is negative to positive. Now here I'm going to do negative to positive. That's it. Okay. Now before I do that, there's some wire I got to put here. I top everything except those. This is going to be my main positive. Okay. My next positive. My next positive. My next positive. And my next positive here, guys. I'm going to put this thing in here. Okay. I'll put that in here, guys, and move on. Guys, the wire you saw is the wire for the BMS. I decided to put them here while I'm doing this. The purpose for it is I will not have room to be going over this thing here. I tied this thing all the way. I tied all those guys already. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this side. I tied all those things already, guys. Even the last one is tight. Okay, everything's good. If I took this one to this one, it gave me a different voltage. Offgrid going up. Now I got one more wire to put there from the first batch of the wires for the BMS. Now I'm gonna put this battery, do the next roll, and see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, guys, I'm ready. I have the 24 volt already. So from here to there is 24 volt. From here to there is 24 volt. Now I'm going to cross over. Remember, I start the first one, and the third one going to be designed the same way. It's going to go all the way down. Positive, 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 positive. And when I'm turning around, coming back, the same way. I will end up here with a negative. Okay, guys, let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to tighten all the nuts. Yeah, the wires. I already preset the wires because I don't want to go over the battery to start doing stuff. So I go ahead and put all the wires. This wire is for the BMS. Because I have several videos on this. I have a recent video on this with this camera battery. So you guys follow that. Let's see you in a few. Okay, folks, everything is done. I have to shut the inverter off, guys. He's making a lot of noise. See, as you can tell, everything is done. Okay, all the wires been putting in there. Now I have to place the BMS in here. Just the BMS, guys. I'm going to place the BMS in here and I can check it. Okay, I check. I mean, I've done with the wires all the time. I'm going to do it the last check on the wires to make sure all the voltage is correct. No smoke. Obviously, there's no smoke there. This is the BMS. I'm going to plug it in and see if I got lights on the BMS. Okay, guys, this is the beautiful work I do. I got one more thing. I got a plastic to put on top of it to make sure it's secure. Okay, guys, I'm about to turn it on. Now my voltage is about 50. I believe the body is 48.9. They're gonna be a rush of current come from the top of the body, come to the bottom. We're gonna work it out. Okay, this breaker is dead, so I had a video on this. You gotta be careful when you buy those cheap breakers. They don't work. So it just locked. I can't unlock this. I gotta unscrew this. This is loose. Alright. It's always good, guys, to double check stuff. So right now I check all the nuts. Check all the nuts. Remember, this is only a test. Because I gotta remove the bus bar here on my system. I gotta remove it, put a bigger one. Make it beefy. For the time being, let me go ahead and place the BMS and the breaker. Another cheap one. I'm gonna place the breaker and the BMS and see if the thing light up. Okay, folks, everything practically is done. Let me show you. I got my BMS working. Now, this is the deal that I have there. I pre-wire all those guys, and I know how to do it. I've been doing it for a while now. I have several videos on this. Now I plug this thing here, tight everything. Always check if you tight everything. I tight everything. And I plug the wire, I plug the other wire, everything's working fine. Okay. So now, what I did, I set up a breaker like this. This is the breaker, it's not hooked up yet. Okay, I set up a breaker. This is the breaker. And I haven't turned it on yet, guys. Basically, this is set up in the system. But the BMS also can turn it on. Now let's look at the BMS. I can disable it. I can take out the discharge. The battery will not charge. Right now, everything is well done, guys. Okay, let me go to fix the wire. Those wires, that is all over the place. Let me fix it for a little bit, and that'll be the end of this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and help the channel. Okay, folks, this is everything. Everything's set. Now I have to switch it on. I'm gonna let this thing run for. Let me see if I can switch it on while you guys see this. You're gonna see there is a rush of current going into here. Okay. I'm at 50. I hope everything goes fine. I'm always nervous when I'm doing this, guys. Okay, let me see if I can show you guys the same thing. Okay, you can see my finger turning this on. Let me bring this thing closer. There you have it, guys. Okay, I'm gonna switch it on. So I'm at 50 on top. The bottom is 48. Let's see what's happening, guys. No fire. I don't see a current going through. I don't know what's going on, guys. Let me find out. I'm discharging. Why this thing is not working? Is it loose? Yeah, I have a feeling the breaker is not working. See? I close the gut. There's no rush current going through. That's horrible. Breaker's supposed to be working. He stopped working. It's supposed to be 100 amps, so I don't know, guys. I think the breaker has stopped working. So that'll be the end of the video. I'll show you guys how to do this, how I did it for my system. I think the breaker is not working. I'll probably go and replace the breaker and see what happened, guys. Guys, I tried this at a different time. It still does the same. Now, the BMS does not allow more than 100 amp going through, and also this breaker will not allow 100 amp. Okay, the breaker is exactly 100 amp. Now there's supposed to be a rush of power coming from here going down here, or a rush of amperage. This is more than 100 amps. It's not gonna let it go through. But the breaker should be popping. It's not popping at all. So the only thing I can say, guys, the breaker is not working, so I can try to remove it. It's late. I guess we gotta stay tuned, guys. I will have an update on the system. I'll show you how I put it on the system, and this is the end of this video. So this is very annoying. I want to see you guys there is a rush of power, but the BMS is working fine. The power is on. So this thing I gotta change because the breaker, see, I can't change it. The breaker is cheap. If you guys has a better idea, better breaker, let me know. I want the system to have, each system to have a breaker on it. So if I want to disconnect it, I can disconnect it. And I can disconnect from the inverter. From the Bluetooth. You see, it's not gonna charge. Okay. Now I turn it back on. You know. Most likely what's gonna happen tomorrow morning, this thing gonna start charging when it says sun. And I'm gonna say the breaker is working. If the breaker doesn't work, I have to replace the breaker. So guys, everything is set. So I have my protection here. That's my protection. That's my protection. It's a glass. It's a piece of what you call this thing? I don't know the name. Let me get the name for you guys. Now this is what I bought at Home Depot. I think this thing costs about $23 to $29. I'm not sure exactly. This is what I bought, and I cut it. I bought the tools to cut it, but I couldn't use the tool, so I found a way to cut it. And I put the glass on top of here. For protection, so now I can say if something drop into it, it won't turn into fire. So I'm gonna try to make it more secure, guys. I'm gonna try to make it more secure in the future. But remember, this is test stage. I have a lot of stuff to remove from here. Until then, guys, stay safe. Always precaution. Always be careful, guys, when you're working with power, with batteries and stuff. Solar, I always do. And I have seen some spike, guys. Anyway, until then, guys, have a good one. I do have another video to upload also. It's about the other battery the other battery that used to be here that I'm shipping out. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching.